Good day, viewers, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to section 32, beginning with uh, sign 243. And what does it say? Alam tara illa allazina haraju min diyarihim wa hum ulufun hazara al-mauti fakala lahum Allahu mutu thumma ahyahum inna Allaha lazu fadlin ala nasi walakinna aktarun nas la yashkurun. In English, did thou not turn thy vision to those who abandoned their homes, though there were thousands in number, for fear of death? So thousands abandoned their homes for fear of death. That was in the time of war. God said to them, die. Then, of course, they died. So God said to them, die, and he restored them to life. For God is full of bounty to mankind, but most of them are ungrateful. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرُونَ. So, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرُونَ. Most of them are ungrateful. So it means that so many people ran out of their homes for fear of fighting or for fear of death. And God intentionally made them to die. And then he raised them up. Well, that's my understanding of it. So let's go to the next verse, 244. وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَأَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Then fight in the cause of God, and know that God heareth and knoweth all things. So this is another oath. In other words, if you are going to fight, you are making an oath that you are fighting because God knows all things and heareth all things. While you are fighting or going to the fighting ground, the battleground. So قاتلوا في سبيل الله وَأَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Oh, that's the only thing there. So let's go to 245. 245. What does it say? Man zallazi yuridu Allah qardan hasanan fayudaifahu lahu وأضعافا كثيرة. Who is he that will loan to God a beautiful loan, which Allah will double unto his credit and multiply many times? فَيُدَئِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. He will double it and multiply it several times for him. Wallahu yakbidu wa yabsuttu wa ilayhi turja'un. And it follows, it is God that giveth you want or plenty, and to him shall be your return. Another mention of God here. If you want, he is the one who gives. He can double your portion for you. He can multiply it several times for you as he wishes. So let's go to 246. 246, what does it say? Alam tara illal mala'i min bani Israel min ba'da موسى إذ قالوا لنبي لنبي لهم ابعث لنا ملكا ابعث لنا ملكا آه، تقاتل في سبيل الله ابعث لنا ملكا تقاتل في سبيل الله. Uh, hast thou not turned thy vision to the chiefs, eh? Malayin, to the chiefs of the children of Israel, hmm? The Malayin min bani Israela, min bagda Musa, uh, to the children of Israel after the time of Moses. So let me take you through because the bricks are too many and confusion. Hast thou not turned thy vision to the chiefs of the children of Israel after the time of Moses? They said to a prophet that was among them, appoint for us a king that we may fight in the cause of God. Huh? Uh, they said, Iskalu lenabi lahum. They said to a prophet, if Atlana Malikan, to cattle fi sabilillah, uh, that we may fight in the cause of God, to cattle fi sabilillah. Kala hal asaytum in kutiba alaykum alkitalu alla takatilu Allah tukatilu. Then he said, the chief said, their king said, is it not possible if you were commanded to fight that you will not fight? They said, Antakatulu, let me see. Fisabilillah, wakat la tukatilu, that you will not fight. Kalu, they said, Wamalana Allah tukatila fisabilillah, wakat أخرجنا من ديارنا ومن ديارنا وأبنائنا. They said, how could we refuse to fight in the cause of God, seeing that we were turned out of our homes and families? So you see why the prophet is urging them to fight. You are sitting in your home and somebody comes. He will fight you and remove you from your home, you and your wife and children. Where do you go? Occupy your homes. So the prophet asked them to fight. And some of them ran out even before they were attacked by the enemies. So this is what I explained it before. Seeing that we were turned out of your homes and your families, diyarina wa abna'ina, your families. Falama kutuba alaykum alkitalu tawallu illa kalilan minhum wallahu alimun bizzalimin. Seeing that you were turned out of your homes and your family said, but when they were commanded to fight, they turned back. You see, they said they want a king to lead them to fight. But when they were commanded to fight, they turned back, except a small band among them. But God has full knowledge of those who do wrong. So they didn't know God saw them. And this is a proof of it in the Quran. Well, fighting is not easy. I wonder, me sitting here, if you ask me to go and fight, I won't find some corner to hide my head. Pardon me, but God the Almighty might push me to go and fight because of certain things. So That is it. Let's go to, pardon me. Let's go to next verse 247. وقال لهم نبيهم إن الله قد بعث لكم طالوت ملكا. Then their prophet said to them, God hath uh, appointed Talut as king over you. Hmm? God has appointed Talut as a king over you. What is Talut? I've forgotten the. Okay, I will come to it. God has appointed Talut as a king over you. The Christians know who Talut is in this case. They said, how can he exercise as a king over you? Talu Malikan. Kalu anna yakunu lahu al-mulku alayna. Anna yakunu lahu al-mulku alayna. Wa nahnu ahkam bil-mulki. Ahkam bil-mulki minhu. Walam yuta. Walam yuta sa'atan. Wala yuta sa'atan min al-mali. Wala yuta sa'atan min al-mali. They said, how can he exercise authority over us when we were better fitted than he to exercise authority, and he's not even gifted with wealth and abundance? So you see the thought of the children of Israel in those days. I don't know if it's the same today. They thought that they were arrogant. They thought they were better than him. They were richer than him. They were more suitable to be appointed king. So why does God give them Talmud? They were challenging God. In fact, that's the way we challenge God today. Huh? He keeps on deferring punishment. When he gets angry, that's when we'll all be crying. On earth, we are seeing it today. And it will come to a time nobody can help anybody. He's just going about it stage by stage, stage by stage, slowly and steadily and slowly. Come to a stage, he will disrupt us, and then you can't. Who are you? You can't even shout for help. And you see, some just die immediately. So may God have mercy on us. Um, so authority. Uh, he said, no, no, Kala, inna Allaha inna Allaha istafahu alaykum. Wazadahu bastatan fil ilmi wal jismi. Their prophet said, their prophet said, God hath chosen him over you and hath gifted him abundantly with knowledge and bodily prowess. So this is what God is concerned about. Knowledge and strength, bodily prowess. They are concerned about money and fame. God is concerned about intelligence, ilmi, because you fight with intelligence. Let me tell you a secret. Most of the people who fight, most of the countries that fight wars, they don't do it with might or their weapons. No, they do it with intelligence. They study their enemies well, and they know how to go about it. They can fly up and drop leaflets to the soldiers of their enemies and just confuse them. They won't know who to obey. They can even tell your leader is killed. Why are you worrying yourself? So that's knowledge and intelligence, and that's how God. That's what bothers God. That's what is in God's mind. We don't know. We think it should be wealth, it should be fame, worldly fame. No, He's concerned about intelligence and actual strength, bodily prowess. They used to fight with their might, body in those days. There were no bombs except bows, arrows, and spears. So let's see. Wallahu yukti malkahu man yasha. Wallahu wasi'in. Wallahu wasi'in. Wallahu wasi'un alim. Let me take it again. Wallahu yukti mulkahu man yasha. Wallahu wasi'un alim. And he's reminding them. What is he reminding them of? God granted his authority to whom he so pleaseth. Huh? God is all embracing, wasi'un, alimun, and he knows all things. You don't know. You only know wealth. I mean, the Israelis didn't know. The Israelis of those days. Please, I'm not talking about Israelis today, so please. The Israelis of those days were concerned about money and fame, and God is concerned about battle prowess and intelligence, knowledge. So you see, so here he is treating them to an oath again. So if they are doing anything they do, they should know that God granted his authority to whom he pleases, and he is all embracing, wasi'in, and all knowing, all embracing. What does that mean? He doesn't think of one thing only or two things. He considers so many things behind the present time and in front of the present time and future. Huh? And then things that are hidden that we don't know. That's what he means by all embracing. What's it on? Yeah, but you just know what is in front of you. The knowledge that is in front of you, that's the one. The past knowledge, you don't know. What is in front, you don't know. What is hidden, you don't know. Remember in the first verse of this, in the first verses of this surah, we said you must believe in the unseen. You must believe in the unseen. If you don't believe in the unseen, today so many cameras are capturing things that we couldn't have in the days that there were no cameras. You see real entities, real bodies. God saw them already, and He sees them still today. We don't. Okay. Uh, hope I'm not lost again. Okay. I think we are going to, yes, 248. And 248, what does it say? وقال لهم نبيهم إن آيات ملكه أن يأتيكم تابوت فيه سكينة فيه سكينة. And further, their prophet said to them, in those days they had prophets whom God has given knowledge of the unseen, like we've said before. So, and further, their prophet said to them, a sign of his authority. So God is being kind to them. When he comes, you will see a sign or a couple of signs, I don't know. A sign of their authority is that there shall come to you the ark of the covenant with an assurance therein of security from your Lord, and the relics left by the family of Moses and the family of Aaron, carried by angels. In this is a symbol for you if you indeed have faith. Let me see. Let me see if I can get that in English again. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ, and their prophet said to them, Inna ayatun, verily, the sign of his reign, ayatun lemulkihi, anna yatikum atabutu, tabutu, fihi sakinan. He will come with a covenant. Let me say, he will come with a covenant in it, along with security, sakinatun, along with security, sakinatun, calmness, min rabbi, him, from his Lord. 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 From h وبقية مما ترك آل وبقية مما ترك آل موسى وآل هارون تحمله الملائكة. Mm. Uh, is the, a sign of his authority is that there shall come to you the Ark of Covenant, Tabut, with an assurance therein of security from your Lord, Min Rebekum, and the relics of Moses, and the relics of the Moses of, and the relics, you see, I'm thinking something and saying another thing, and the relics left by the family of Moses and the family of Aaron, carried by angels. Mm. Uh, let me see if I can. Wabakiyatun relics, Mimma Taraka, left behind, Ali Musa, family of Moses, wa Ali Haruna, and the family of Harun, Tahmiluhu Mala Tahmiluhu ala Malaikatun, carried by angels. Tahmiluhu al Malaikatu, sorry, I made another mistake. Tahmiluhu al Malaikatu, carried by angels. Inna fi zalika la ayatun lakum in kuntum mu'minun. In kuntum mu'minin. And it adds, carried by angels says, in this is a sign for you if you indeed believe. وَذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Remember that for you, if indeed you have faith. So you remember, he's bringing about faith here. And faith has to do with believing in God, believing in the unseen. So you see, almost every verse, there is this kind of thing. Mention of God, mention of faith, mention of fear, mention of his knowledge, his all-embracing, and whatnot. He said, if you have faith. So he has added here, if you have faith. You can't see this in any law book. Pardon me to say that. I'm not a lawyer. I haven't read law, but I know it's not there, or in the Constitution. If you have faith, fear God. No, it's not there. So if you have faith. I think listeners, this is all for the session 22. We shall continue with section 33, which begins with 249 in our next video. Let's see if we can get one or two things in the tabloids. Alaji Konkode's hot gossip. Or I would say Alaji Konkode's attacks and insults. I don't blame the writer anyway. I mean, the way people are wayward, you can't help it but to attack them, and if possible, insult them to their hearing, so they will know that people are watching. I'm not blaming him for that. That of Osofo Bonyo, will you shut up your beak? Beak spelled B-E-A-K. Is he a bird? So that Osofo Bonyo, will you shut up your beak? In the secondary school, we had a teacher called Mr. Gary who was teaching us geography, a British. He calls you to answer a question and you are not getting up. He will ask you, will you get up onto your fat feet? That was racism. Will you get up onto your fat feet? Of course, now it can't happen. The Europeans themselves were not developed by then. These human rights and whatnot were not there. So, Osofo Ogbongo, will you shut up your beak? Allah is magnificent. Allah is magnificent. This belongs to we, the Muslims, sons into brackets, sons and daughters of Holy Prophet Muhammad. Blessed be his name. Uh, I'm reading what I see. Uh, God is great. Oh, this is written by a Muslim. God is great. This also belongs to most Christians, followers of Christ Jesus and Son of God, followers of Christ Jesus and Son of God and the Messiah, but more especially to my good and bearded friend, lawyer cum politician, Mr. Thomas Nsuako Ward Brew. If God was not great and magnificent, how could people like you today stand up to be called men of God, even with the impudence, so to others, others as your disciplines, as your disciples, to help with your mission on earth. So is spelled SOW. Maybe I am wrong or they are wrong, I don't know. So, what kind of mission? How can a liar turned priest pretend to be a saint? Are you not the same Enoch and so prophet who in 1976 made so big mouth about the presidential campaign, which you said God had revealed to you but never materialized? So, in other words, he has made some prophecies. He has made some prophecies that didn't come true. That did never materialize. I have your prophecy. You said God gave you on the front page. You said, I have your prophecy you said God gave you on the front page of the late Mr. Dan Ansar's Ghanaian Voice. And it was a big, big lie. It was a big, big lie. But you know well from creation that God never lies. So which God spoke to you then? You shamed all the pastors, prophets, and clergy then. Oh, well, I think it means clergymen. And clergy then, full stop. So I think it's a printing error. And let me correct it. You shamed all the pastors, prophets, and clergymen. But today, after you've drunk your brukutu and top it with tilapia. How do you know what he ate in his house? You see, brukutu is alcohol. I said this column is full of attacks and insults. But today, after you have drunk your brukutu and top it up, I'm reading what I see, and top it up with tilapia and pepper, you wake up to prophesy, to prophesy again, and gleeful Ghanaian journalists give you another big publicity again. Oh my God. So he prophesied, it failed, the prophecy didn't happen. And he's not given up, he's still prophesizing. So you see why the writer gets angry with them and attacks them verbally. Maybe wanting them to stop. You want to give you another big publicity again? Shut up, or I shall give you a kung fu super cat that shall send you reeling. Oh, you've done it already with your mouth, not with your body or skill. I hate to hear people like you using God's name to lie and throw dust into people's eyes. Yes, I've said it before. They get angry at people who are lying, wayward people. I grieve and pity President Kufuor because as a good listener, some of you, these same cacapedious pastors shall maneuver to reach him and say all manner of hideous and stupid prophecies to him. Say it is from God, without him knowing, you are drunk. Remember, he said he drank tukutu. So it's drunkenness that is making him to make his prophecies. His prophecies are made due to drunkenness. Without knowing you are drunk and saturated with lies and absolute nonsense. Shut up. So I say, because you are full of nothing than lies. Kalabule prophet. Kalabule prophet is, what do you mean? Uh, Let me see. Fake prophet. Fake prophet. Okay. So Kalabule is not really the meaning, but in here, in this context, it means fake prophet. What that retired judge, we demand pragmatism, not platitudes from, uh, but that's that, and from, and that's all. It's only from. Mhm. Maybe he wants to say from you. So let me put it there. That retired judge, we demand pragmatism, not platitudes from you. Your Honor, my Lord, the retired judge, take notice that we don't want you to put anything to us. We know where you are, we know where we are coming from and where we are going. This lawyer's language, I put it to you, I put it to you. So he is saying, we don't want you to put anything to us. Sir, the constitutional right of His Excellency, the President, in appointing staff to his office or the ministries, the regions, the districts, and his home is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. We need no tuition here. Our worry is the over appointments. Who pays them and with whose money? Does that help inflation and the economy? Uh, does that help inflation and the economy? Oh, these staffs are volunteers, or these staffs are volunteers and don't need payments from the state. Of course, they are not. The president has all the constitutional rights, but the economic situation calls for caution and pragmatism and not platitudes, because the economy is still fragile and cannot support itself uh, without cushions from donors. We need not exert any pressure. We need not exert any pressures, else it will break. Common economic theory shows so. So he's mentioned donors. Who are these donors? The Western donors. They give us money, they give us items. Some people steal them. Some of the property they give, some people steal them and make business out of them. Somebody is selling lab equipment. When you look, he has no store. And items that have been donated to the Ghana Health Service, he will take them, sell them, make waybills, papers, and sell them to other people. Donors. So it's not just politicians. All of us, it's our character. And thanks to the Western donors, they don't stop. They keep on helping us. Even some individuals of their countries don't have these items. Okay, let's see. When workers were demanding more pay after the petroleum price increases, were they not told to tighten small their belt because of the fragile economy and kumini inflation and kumini inflation acts inflation sorry and kumini inflation hikes if more pay were to be given to them? Uh, and so, where is the reality? And so, where is the reality? Did the president have the right to increase the salaries so demanded? Prudence was then best tonic. Why can't same prudence? Why can't same prudence in appointments be applicable? If NDC's time, or in if NDC's time, many appointments were con- condemned. I think he wants to say in, but said if. So let me read it with in and let's say. In NDC's time, many appointments, NDC is another party. In NDC's time, many appointments were condemned as not prudent. By why, but as not prudent. Why now, also in the era of positive change? This smacks this smacks of double standards, which is not good for good governance. Full stop. Let the gurus who know let the gurus let the gurus who know bail let the gurus who know bail the president out of the dilemma, but not to lecture on on constitutionalities and rights. Rights always go with responsibilities. Nobody, including the president, can demand his rights without being responsible. As same irresponsibility can create messes elsewhere to harm the society. We have to mirror our actions in the Constitution and see if we are being responsible, if we are being responsible if we are being responsible as well. What is suicidal economically shall be, shall be, shall be, and constitutional rights don't heal economic wounds. Period. Mm. Next attack. Let me see. Let's go to next attack. That party chairman, you are your own enemy. Check. Check. Wa brabo. That's check your life. Excuse me. So wa brabo means check your life. Uh, Mr. Chairman, uh, Mr. Chairman, check wa brabo, check your life. I say, have you checked? Okay, I'm reading what I see. Have you checked your own lifestyle? If you have lived and still living an expectant life, generally, generally demanded of you of all good leaders, I say, have you checked your own lifestyle? If you have lived and still living an expectant life, generally demanded of all good leaders, is a question is posed to him. That's the attacked, the one being attacked. You talk as if the whole world is against you and your cause. You talk as if the whole world is against you and your cause. And by the way, what is your cause? Cause, COURSE. Hmm. Hmm. Another local language. Say, Adiko Sronu. So the accounts my people say. Well, I can't figure that out. Maybe an account can figure it out. Adiko Sro. Adiko Sro. Okay, I can't make that out. Those who understand account well can do it, can understand it. If you don't have if you don't have a pusua in your if you don't have a pesua in your pocket, pesua means is the equivalent of 1 cent. uh, but ours is less valuable. Mm. If you don't have a pesua in your pocket and you choose to publicize yourself as a dirty billionaire, whom are you deceiving at all? That means he's not a billionaire, and yet he claims to be. Look, it takes more than a minister, a politician, and even a business tycoon to become a good party chairman. Mm. Uh, a party chairman that draws daggers by dancing to the tunes of opposition parties or political opponents is definitely not good enough. A party chairman. Uh, a good party chairman must know how to strategize to outwit his opponents, but not to play to the gallery. That is foolhardiness. That's foolhardiness. Sorry, that's foolhardiness. And politically suicidal for any party chairman worth his salt and merit. Uh, by the way, where are the supposed monies allegedly given out to your party for organizational works? Or because no receipts were issued for security reasons, you want to thief them, eh? You want to thief them, eh? It's a question. As for you, people say you are old thief. The insults have come. As for you, people say you are old thief, but be careful, as no bird can die in the air without falling to the ground. Haba. Be careful, as no bird can die in the air without falling to the ground. Even the great Okomfo Anoche of Ashanti could not achieve that feat. Let me tell you plain fact. Let me tell you plain fact. This is another local language, I believe. Nsayede, nsayede, hwɛ wɔ no, hwɛ nkoto no, nsa, nsanora bi, well, I can't read it well. I can't read it well. So this is the meaning. I.e., the fingers which were used in preparing the shea butter in the north, similar fingers are used in Ashanti when it becomes necessary to scoop the butter out of the gourd. Nsa yɛde hwɛ nkoto a wɔsrɛ mu no, nsa no ara bi na yɛde nkoto no wo Asante. Sorry, I'm not good in tree. So, but that is it. I think we've ended this session of Alaji Kokon. Alaji Konkode's gossip. So maybe that, yes. It's an old paper, except that I left the Konkodo site. It's now that today I'm going to do it. It is the gossip diary. We've done this paper before, but I left out the Alaji Konkodo section, and that's why I brought it. So listeners, I apologize for bad reading. And I hope you will bear with me. Thank you very much for the next video. Let's wait for the next video and see what's there for us. I think, okay, we've done the Quran verses and we've done tablets. So next time, hopefully, we will start again with Quran verses. Then, if there is time, we'll go to tablets again. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.